I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I did not know that. Thank you for reminding me. Yeah, thanks.
But look where you are.
Yeah, no, it's been a long journey. But like I said, thankful for everybody that, played a part in helping me and pouring into me and allowing me to, get better every single day. So, I'm very appreciative of everybody.
For you, did the bye come at a good time after 4 weeks to kind of reset it all or anything like that?
Byes are always tricky, especially coming off the injury and having to deal with, rehab and stuff like that. Never having to do that before, usually being, normal in a sense, being able to do, take a step back and not, have to still be grinding in a sense. But I guess you could say so, any time to, kind of rest and get some time off is, you could say it's good for the body. So I took advantage of it.
Drew Petzing was telling us, and he told Adam Schefter in the podcast, how much he knows that you're the franchise quarterback and that he couldn't be happier with everything he's saying. As the guy he's talking about, how does that make you feel, and does it mean anything, even though you know who you are and where you've been?
Yeah, I mean, obviously to have the faith of, obviously JG, Drew, Monty, those guys, it means a lot. It's on me, though, to go out there and prove why, they paid me, why, I got drafted, all of that, and that's a battle every single day. It should be for me, should be for every player. So there's obviously things, different reasons why I play the game and stuff like that, but to have those, for them to have my back for sure is definitely a good feeling.
Taking really good care of the football, not putting the ball in harm's way. Do you think that's a product of the offense more, or you're just seeing things pretty clearly out there?
As a quarterback, I think for the most part in all my years of playing, try to take care of the ball all the time. That's what you have to do to play this position at a high level. Obviously, it happens. There's great players all around the league. Balls get tipped. Accidents happen all the time in this game. Things that you can't control and you got to fight back from. But no, I take pride in taking care of the ball. Again, like I said, obviously we're all going to throw interceptions. We're all going to fumble. It happens. But it's try to limit those as much as possible in order to put the team in the best spot to win.
Do you approach divisional games any differently?
No, I don't think so. Obviously we know, things can be grimier, chippier, and stuff like that. But for me personally, I don't buy into all of that. I just got to focus on what we focus on the game plan, and like I said, put the team in the best position to win, go out there and make plays, take care of the ball.
I know familiarity is a big part of when you do play those divisional games, but because you haven't played the 49ers in the last 4 visits, does it even feel like it's a divisional matchup at that?
It's been 4. Mexico, yeah. It's a lot of games. No, obviously they're one of the best teams in the league, if not the best right now. So an opportunity at them is a great opportunity. Me personally, just going out there trying to get better each and every week, and prove to myself while I'm here. So that's my mentality.
What is the 49ers defense? What kind of issues do they present?
A lot. Yeah, obviously, they got great players all over the field, rotating in and out every D lineman on the field. They got a ton of guys over there, more than probably anybody in the league. And we know, they've since I got in the league, it's been like that. So I'm not gonna say I'm used to it, but got to be ready for a war. Got to be ready for a war. I know they're not gonna come in here and take us lightly, especially after last game we played pretty good. But, man, like I said, it's a great opportunity. You're playing probably against the best defense in the league for me and for everybody on this offense. We should go out there with a chip on our shoulder and go out there and be ready to execute.
You mentioned having something to prove. What does that look like exactly?
To who?
And to yourself, to the organization, because you mentioned that whether it be in this game or in the future, you want to be able to prove what you're able to do, what you're able to bring to the table. What does that look like?
Go out there and play well. Go out there and play well, play up to my standard, play up to my capabilities, bring everybody with me and win the game.
Why is that David Bry such a mismatch for corners or safeties?
He's got a unique skill set, I think he's super athletic. I think he's sneaky athletic compared to like a lot of guys. Like they may not look at Trey and be like, "Oh, this guy's super athletic," but me being around him, being seeing how he works and who he is as an athlete, he is athletic, and he catches the ball with the best of them. And I think people are starting to see that now, so it's not, next year may not be a surprise, So we expect that. He expects it. And, we keep him going. I mean, like I said, it's all confidence from there on out, and he's gaining it rapidly. So.
Is it important for you to have that big target at receiver too? Like I know with Michael coming back potentially this week.
You said with Michael or Trey?
With Michael potentially coming back this week, and is it good to have and important for you to have some size there, some physicality in throws?
Yeah, I mean, I think just having him back in general, whoever's out there, I'm gonna, it's my job to make it work. Confident in everybody who's out there, but if Mike is back, I think it's going to be our second game together if he is out there, and for me, I think it's important for me to be able to build a rapport with him because he's a great player. I think he'll be here for a while, and I'm excited to just I love his mental and his makeup and how he sees the game. So I'm really excited to be out there with him when he is able to get back. So.
Trey said on Monday that he sometimes geeks out on the playing field. You have to tell him to chill sometimes. Like, what kind of moments is he talking about?
I mean, you see it. His celebrations are a little awkward. It's just like I think his swag will get better as he keeps having success. But tight ends, you really don't you never know what you're getting with them. So. Love it though. Love it. Want him to play with that edge. Want him to play with that chip. A little bit of craziness. Got to have it, And he's got a good mix of all of it. So.
Is he close to being maybe a year or two away from being in the top tier of tight ends that we talk about? I
mean, it depends how you look at it. As far as like what are you grading it off of? Production or like ability, like it's a lot goes into it. But I think he can definitely be in there for sure. No question.
Do you think there's a rivalry, a natural rivalry between you and Bosa because of where you were drafted 1 and 2?
No.
I'm just saying you've gone up against him in the same division. It seemed like you guys were talking to each other a lot before and during games.
I respect Nick a lot. Yeah, no, I love to go against great players. It's us coming in together, I think that's pretty cool. I think we both take pride in that. And I mean, it's a special deal to be in the NFL, so to be able to go against these guys, and then exactly like I said, we came in together. I think it's both in the same organization for a long time. Hopefully, continue to be here even longer and go against each other for the rest of our time here. So I wouldn't say it's a rivalry though. I don't look at it like that.
Friendly respect.
Yeah.
It was your first 99-yard drive. Do you feel like something clicked for you guys against Pittsburgh on that drive?
I think it was just trying to get the first down, get each first down. It wasn't predetermined or looking to make a big play. It was just trying to execute the next play, whatever Drew called, execute it. And then that turned into a 99-yard drive, So when you worry about the small things, focus on that, that small goal, be in the now and worry about the play that we're in. I think we executed well on that drive, and that's what it turned into.
What do you make of Brock Purdy's young career so far, what he's been able to do despite being the last guy picked?
Yeah, I mean, that's obviously I'm sure he had a huge chip on his shoulder being the last pick. Obviously, me and him being in the Big 12 together, I know I know what he's capable of, seeing him play against him. But other people may not, him being at Iowa State, not get to see how, nobody's watching pretty much, Iowa State on TV for the most part. They're not a nationally televised team all the time, so you never know. But, no, I've known what he's capable of. So to see what he's doing, obviously they're a great team. Got nothing but respect for what he's doing.
What was your reaction to Dylan Gabriel leaving OU to go to Oregon?
Yeah, I didn't know he had another year of eligibility. But, I mean, obviously it's good for him. He did his thing at OU. Now going to Oregon. It's another great school. Kind of jealous to be able to, all these kids are going to every school in the country. So, no, good for him, though. It's good for him.
Kind of strange that guys can transfer as much as they can transfer.
Yeah, it's getting weird.
Kind of last handful of games here beyond playing well, is there anything specific that you would like to see happen on the field in these games?
Nah, I mean, take it one game at a time. Take it one game at a time and play well. That's the goal. feels like a blur for me, you know, only having 8 games to play, obviously. Never know what can happen. But, yeah, just be in the moment. Just take one game at a time.
Is there any sense of like what these can do as far as building toward next season?
As far as, like,
Just you know, if you guys continue to play well, like
Yeah.
you did against the Steelers versus struggling down the stretch.
I mean, I think going into the season, we kind of knew what we had as far as JG, you know, and everything switching upstairs. Feel the culture shift, everything, you know. So I think, and you've seen it throughout this season, you know, we've played well in spurts, and then we've played well, beat some good teams, haven't, you know, close in some close games. But I think things are turning in the right direction. I think, you know, to end these 4 games, you got to finish them all strong. And the focus is just go play well. Don't worry about the result. You know, just buy into the process and keep doing what we're doing. Obviously, build some confidence going into the next season, off season. But for me, yeah, just play well.
You were talking about, you know, Brock Purdy obviously was the last pick. He's played awesome. We all know there's been some first-round busts. You know, like, why is it so hard, do you think, to predict how a quarterback's going to play in the NFL? Why is the position so hard, so kind of unpredictable like that?
Oh, that's a good question. I guess, you know, it's a great question. I think situation, you know, a lot of the times plays a part into it. Obviously, I think a big one is the kid's makeup. You know, how much does he love the game? Does he really love the game, or does he see the field well? His IQ of the game, along with ability, of course. But obviously, ability isn't everything. But all those things, I think, play a part.
If you had to have one characteristic in your quarterback, if you were a GM, what would it be?
He's got to be a dog. You got to have heart in a sense to break it down. You can't, I can't go to war with a guy that don't got heart.
Does the win-loss record weigh on you at all?
You said what?
The losses, the win-loss record, does that weigh on you at all? I asked JG that earlier. He said, no, I didn't think about it. It's just losing games. Is that?
I mean, does it weigh on me?
Yeah.
I don't enjoy losing. So I guess, you know, it weighs on me for 24 to 48 hours, and then, you know, you got to flush it and get on to the next one. Again, you know, this is in college. It doesn't affect the playoffs and stuff like that. So, or you lose one game, you may not make it. You know, you can lose multiple in the league. Obviously, you don't want to, but no, I don't think in this league you can't worry about them. You know, you got to keep playing any given Sunday.
Did you set goals for yourself whenever you came back for the rest of the season, like you normally would?
Man, I was just so focused on just, you know, being where my feet are and just trying to get back and do it the right way, you know, focused on that. I wasn't really focused on throwing for 5,000 yards or anything like that, no.
How are you feeling now?
Feel good, yep, feel good.
You mentioned Pittsburgh, that game was sort of akin to your final preseason game. How much rust are you still sort of working through and knocking off at this point?
I mean, as a quarterback, as a player, I think there's always plays that we want to have back, and we look at, I should have did this, or, you know, mentally, where was I at when I did this? How can I slow myself down? How can I, you know, do whatever I did differently? And I think that felt like, for me, against the Steelers, that it's just starting to slow down. You know, I was seeing things that was a lot slower, felt more comfortable out there. And you can just tell. I think as a player, you can tell when it's slowing down a little bit. So that was good to feel, you know.
When it comes to Drew, what really stands out about his coaching style, especially now that you've gotten some games under your belt with him?
I think he's relatable to everybody. Not only that, but just the attention to detail. And I've said that, you know, a million times, but his attention to detail is amazing. You know, and he kind of he could break it down for somebody that's never played football in their life. You know, so. Makes it easy on not only me but everybody else. We're all trying to be on the same accord, you know. So in this game, if one person's off, it can mess the whole thing up. So you know, he coaches it well, you know, to the point where there's really no gray area around it, you know. And if there is, you get it fixed. So.